Good morning to all. This is Sejal Mishra, student of BSc Honours Agriculture, 4th year from College of Agriculture, Rewa. Today, I am presenting my presentation on the topic field inspection. Field inspection, that is, inspection of the standing seed crops, which is an essential step in verifying conformity of seed crops to prescribed certification standards. Objectives of field inspection: to verify seed origin and identity of variety, to collect information on cropping history of the seed, that is, to verify whether the seed field meets the prescribed land requirements, to check crop and cultivation conditions, to check isolation distance, to check freedom from impurities, other plants and weed plants, to check freedom from other cultivars and off types, to check freedom from seed borne diseases. General principles of field inspection: all field inspections must be made by well trained and qualified personnel. The prescribed procedure and techniques of field inspection and the minimum number of inspections is specified in the certification standards. Inspection of cross pollinated crops during flowering and those self pollinated crops which are inspected by designated seed borne diseases during the flowering stage. The seed inspector should achieve full cooperation from seed growers, even in the case of rejection of the field. Upon arrival at the seed farm, the inspector should check all information about species, variety, the seed origin, cultivated area, the class of the seed, cropping history of the field. Each field and its boundaries must be pointed by the seed grower. Impurities, off types, and disease plants need not normally be pulled out. However, if pulling them and showing them helps in convincing the seed producer, it may be done. In self pollinated seed crops, if one third or more of the area is so heavily lodged that taking field counts is impossible, the seed crop should be recommended for rejection. In cross pollinated crops and hybrid seed fields, if one third or more of the seed crops has lost just prior to or during flowering and the inspection during flowering is difficult, the seed crop should be recommended for rejection without taking the field counts. If rooked plants or heads are observed lying on the ground within or on the outskirts of the seed fields where they could possibly cause contamination, the grower should be directed to gather and remove them. These should not be included in the counts. During an inspection, if the seed field is found to be liable for rejection in part or in full, the prescribed number of field counts for the inspection must still be taken for the entire field. There are different patterns in which the field inspection can be taken. First, figure first shows the observation of the 75% of the field. Figure second shows the observation is up to 60 to 70% of the field. Third figure shows that at random we can observe the field. Fourth figure shows the clockwise travel pattern. Fifth figure shows the observation of 85% of the field, and sixth figure shows it is up to 60% of the field. Method of inspection: the inspection of a seed crop is done at different stages of a crop growth so as to make various verifications and estimates of various impurities, of types, and diseases. Crop stages of inspection: first, inspection at the time of sowing. Sowing time inspection to educate the farmers participating in a certified seed production program for the first time or at times when a new crop is introduced, are very helpful in maintaining a good quality of the seed. The purpose is to explain to the land and isolation requirements to check whether their seed field meets such requirement. Sowing time treatment seed treatment in biennial crop is the main objective to verify purity of root stem at the time of transplanting. Inspection during pre-flowering या vegetative stage. The purpose of pre-flowering inspection is to educate growers regarding plants to be rooked and to suggest other corrective measures if required after the following verification: that the seed planted to produce the seed crop was eligible for use and was obtained from as approved source, that the planting ratio, isolation requirement and light requirements have been met, that the seed crop has not been grown as mixed cropping, intercropping or companion cropping or return cropping. Third is inspection during the flowering stage. Flowering time inspection, especially in cross pollinated crops and those self pollinated crops which are infected by the systemic seed borne diseases at flowering stage. Check whether various corrective measures suggested earlier have been carried out. Check the land and isolation requirement, planting ratio, and source seed. Check detailed count of various concentrating factors as per procedure described later in this chapter. Advise the farmer to continue roguing during the flowering session. Inspection during post flowering and the pre harvest. During this inspection, detailed counts should be taken to the determine and the extent of various contaminants present in the seed field and to educate the farmer regarding the rogues which were not identified earlier so as to remove them before final inspection. Harvest time inspection. This is the last inspection conducted on a seed crop. During this inspection, detailed counts are taken for various factors and isolation requirements are finally checked to confirm that the seed has met the requisite field standards. If the seed crop meets the requirement for the seed certification, the farmer should be given necessary instructions. Contaminants to be observed during the field inspection, that is, off types, pollen shedder, shedding tassel, inseparable other crop plants, objectionable weed plants, diseased plants. Thank you.